Okie dokie. All right. So we've got Superman title brawl, Den-Zel versus Destruction. I actually already did this, but I had my fucking audio levels all backwards, and you couldn't hear me talking over the fucking beat. So let's do it again. All right. So we got Destruction, and we got Den-Zel. Destruction. Alright, firm on your feet. Nigga, if you walk in, you're dead. Think a sudden bright idea when the spark pops in your head. I fuck with that. Firm on your feet. If you walk in, you're dead. That's okay, but it's just kind of filler set up. Think a sudden bright idea when the spark pops in your head. That's cool. I fuck with that. Got a strong hold on his defense. I'm a crush his fortress. Explode when I fly through to his dome, talking warheads, verse me, like group sex, bodies get laid, cause I'll get this weight off my shoulders with a firearm weapon, rocket grenade. Switching right now, click click and it's lights out on his pupil, your vision fades as I drop shots from above, bombing your plane. Okay, walking you're dead, pops in your head. Walking you're dead, pops in your head. Crushes fortress, talking warheads, crushes fortress. Nah, you gotta fucking stretch that too far, force it too much. Talking warheads, bodies get laid, rocket grenade, vision fades, bombing airplanes. A lot of multi switch ups, not a consistent multi scheme. Strong hold on his defense, some crushes fortress. The multi's too forced and it's not that great a concept. Exploding when I fly through to his dome, talking warheads. It's okay. Verse me, like group sex, bodies get laid. That's cool. Because I'll get this weight off my shoulders with a firearm weapon, rocket grenade. I like that. I'll get this weight off my shoulders when firing a weapon, rocket grenade. It's a cool concept. Execution's a little off. Switching right now, click click and it's lights out on this pupil, your vision fades. Lights out on this pupil, your vision fades. Yeah, that's okay, I fucks with it. As I drop shots from above, bombing airplane. Concepts start to get a little bit fucking higgledy-piggledy all over the place there. Click click and it's lights out kind of implies that you're cocking a handgun. And then I drop shots from above, bombing airplanes. You're just kind of mixing your metaphors and mixing your concepts, and as a reader I start to get whiplash with different concepts coming at me from different directions. While I'm here, off your pop, like you just killed your dad. Off your pop, killed your dad, that's okay. Or your face will drop when I take the win, like you're pissed or sad. Your face will drop after I take the win, like you're pissed or sad. So that's not even really a punchline. You gotta watch shit like that. Your face will drop like you're pissed or sad. That's actually direct speech. You're just saying, after I take the win, you'll be pissed and or sad and your face will drop. You need to say something like, I'll put your fucking face into the ground. Your face will drop like you're pissed or sad. Something like that. You'll get bucked the whole time you're here, like you only live for cash. Weak. Because the arms be knocking everywhere, tip or tap. Weak. It's the finals and you're running on smoke. I'll help you buy some gas. Pull a gun out of nowhere, slide a hand. Impale you step by step, taking your life as planned. Headliner putting on a show for these kids, the nines must clap. I'm not fucking with that whole second bar. That whole second bar's kind of weak and filler. I've been raining most of the time in here on some monsoon shit. That's cool. Raining most of the time. Monsoon season. That's cool. I fuck with it. I got them G's all over me these days like a rock Gucci. Monsoon shit and rock Gucci. Noon bitch. I don't know how the fuck you think that shit's rhyming. And maybe if these were audio bars and you have some really thick local accent and you put a whole bunch of swing and swag on it, that could work. Eminem rhymed orange and syringe, and they are words that do not fucking rhyme, but he made them rhyme. But this is not audio, this is text. This is text, motherfucker, so your rhymes have to be a lot more precise and a lot more obvious. If you're relying on your own vocal swing and swag as you sit there muttering to yourself and write your bars, it's going to be completely fucking lost on me, bro, because I'm not listening to your shit, I'm reading your shit. So a lot of your multis are just off, way the fuck off. They're stretched, they're forced, they just don't fucking rhyme when I read them on the page. So you got to really tighten that shit down and make your multis much more obvious to an international audience in a text format. Right, conceptually, rain most of the time, monsoon shit, G's all over me, Gucci, it's cool. Round the clock, I've been hitting 12 with the arms like it was noon, bitch. Heard it 1,000 times before, variations on the theme. Got medals lined up to support my moves, pontoon bridge, that's cool. I've never heard that before, that's fresh, that's cool. Bring the smoke on around, global warming on the goddamn planet, nah, too forced. I mean, I get it, you know, like fucking increase in wildfires, more smoke in the atmosphere, the planet's round. I mean, the ideas are kind of there, but it's just poor execution. Pulling the stick from the side to win the shit, one-arm bandit, that's cool. And my buck's range be precise, fix some tax brackets. Nah, not feeling that, poorly executed. So the red on a skull will put lead on the spot. Guess I got the target. Nah, not really feeling that. Forgive me, hay fever season here. Right, a wrong step and you'll fall off. Like this guy was on the edge. The growing plans ain't firm on the ground like hydroponics men. I'll expose his body for the audience like some OnlyFans, pipe in his mouth just to keep him alive, life support system. Since I'm here to aerosol, spray with a squeeze, I'm holding cans like a mischievous kid, the nine's playing tricks. Think I was tossing you a film on the floor, slide a clip in, bucks get you a pass to fly, need to buy plane tickets. Guy was on the edge, hydroponics men, life support system, nine's playing tricks, slide a clip in, buy plane tickets. Yeah, no, those fucking multis are not doing it for me. They are fucking all over the place. They are fucking all over the place. Guy was on the edge, hydroponics men, life support system. Nah, man. I don't know what kind of fucked up local accent you got to be talking in to make that shit rhyme, but it is not working in text. Right. Moving on to Den-Zel. Now, I've already read both of these, so I will say Des-Truc-Tion does a much better job of cutting out extraneous words and keeping his multis, keeping his cadence tighter. I found with Den-Zel, there's a whole lot of fucking useless, pointless, don't need to be there filler syllables in Den-Zel shit. He really needs to get rid of words he doesn't need and keep things cleaner and tighter. Now, this is text, but there's no fucking way Den-Zel shit can be spit to a beat. It's like meanders between multis. I feel like I'm in places. I feel like I'm reading a novel with like fucking one multi at the end of each chapter. So Des-Truc-Tion does a much better job of keeping to a tighter cadence, getting rid of extraneous words. Grammar's pretty forced and fucked up in places. A lot of multis are completely fucking off. A lot of the concepts are off or poorly executed. But at least he keeps it nice and tight in terms of cadence. Alright, moving on to Den-Zel. He's just a joker in the midst of kings and queens in a card set, because this battle's a real eye-opener from my point of view. Make sure your vision is scarred next. Man, use fucking caps lock. Your multi's not obvious enough for this shit. Card set, scarred next. Far-fetched. Dark threat. Start fresh. Star Trek. Okay, there's your multis. Structure-wise, I would appreciate you hitting shift return or using caps lock, because just in terms of structure and how you've fucking written it, it is a little bit hard to follow. I keep having to go back and go, what the fuck is this multi-scheme? But then once you figure out what the fucking multis are actually supposed to be, it's quite tight. Card set, scarred next, far-fetched, dark threat, start fresh, Star Trek. It's tight. I mean, it's simple. It's not the most complex multi-scheme. Beginning to start fresh, Klingons and Star Trek, fiction is far-fetched, vision is scarred next, fiction is far-fetched. The really, really fucking tight part of the multis is right at the end, and it's quite simple, but then he's got slant rhymes building up to it, and you can get a bit looser that way. So where is he? Midst of kings and queens in the car set. Fiction is far-fetched. Villains a dark threat. Klingons and Star Trek. Yes, the slant rhymes aren't exact, they aren't precise, but that's okay. They're slant rhymes. They don't have to be precise and exact, but the end rhymes are. So Den-Zel is all over the fucking multis. His rhyming is tight. Now, if only his writing and his cadence were tighter. If you cut out some extraneous words. But okay, conceptually, Joker in the midst of kings and queens, and a card set. Yeah. So in places you do stuff like this where you're finishing on in a card set just to make a multi work, but it's kind of dilutes the concept because you've already delivered the concept, which is you're a Joker amongst kings and queens. And then this kind of tapers off to a weaker finish within a card set. This battle's a real eye-opener from my point of view. Make sure your vision is scarred next. A real eye-opener from my point of view. I'll make sure your vision is scarred next. Yeah, I can see the connection there between the two concepts, but it's not terribly well executed. Because you're holding it down with the prose. No, don't give us that story. Your work of fiction is far-fetched. Your vision is scarred next. Fiction is far-fetched. Yes, you're like, your work of. You can get rid of that. You can get rid of that. Holding it down with the prose. Holding it down with the prose. Nah, nigga, your fiction is far-fetched. You know, you can get rid of a few fucking words that you don't need there, and you can just keep shit a lot tighter, get that cadence a lot tighter, back away from the spoken word poetry shit and get back towards rap, and just keep things a little bit tighter so it could actually be done to a beat. That's just finishing and polishing, but at this level you should be doing that. Okay, you need to get the fucking scalpel out and start snipping out a few words, help that flow, alright? Just help that flow and cadence. Right, where are we up to? Close the book on this dummy for the greater good. This villain's a dark threat. It's kind of weak conceptually. Go through a bad phase like a junkie beginning to start fresh. That's okay. Bald heads cause some more havoc in your safe space than them Klingons in Star Trek. That's kind of fucking nerdy, but it's cool. This character gets boxed when I draw like I'm making a comic strip. I fucking love that. This character gets boxed. So you're saying this guy's a bit of a character, and I'm going to put him in a casket. When I draw, click clack, like I'm making a comic strip, there's quite a few layers to that one there. I really fuck with that. Hands on his body, fingersmith, it ain't to have your pockets picked, because this nigger will be hitting the wall with more drama than a police stop and frisk. I fuck with that. The hands on his body, fingersmith. I'm assuming there that Smith is like Destruction's real world last name or something. I don't know. But that's only set up for what follows anyway. Which is, this nigger will be hitting the wall with more drama than a police stop and frisk. And that's cool. I fuck with that. Stop this target running like I'm ending a shopping trip. Yeah, that's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. I just had Jordan in the bag, and it ain't a snatch or grab. It ain't a snatch and grab to cop them kicks, meaning I'm putting an end to phase 2 quicker than Marvel trying to plot a twist. Again, I feel like you could really fucking cut some words out and keep things a little tighter there. I just had Jordan in the bag, but it ain't to snatch or grab to cop them kicks. Jordan in the bag ain't copping kicks. Put an end to phase 2 quicker than Marvel's plot twists. You know? You can just tighten shit down. My written, a death note. My pen, a name dropper. He's a sitting target, a duck in sight. I'm a $1.09. I don't even have to aim proper. My written's, a death note. My pen, name dropper. Sitting target, duck in sight. $1.09. Don't even have to aim proper. Yeah, again, you can just fucking lose one word here, 2 words there. Just tighten shit down. But conceptually, conceptually, I fucking hate this one because I've done a lot of duck shooting. And I fucking tell you what, motherfucker, if you can hit a flying duck with a 9mm pistol, you are Annie fucking Oakley and Wyatt Earp's love child. So conceptually, from a technical point of view, I fucking hate it. But conceptually, in a more metaphorical battle rap sense, yeah, it's cool. I fuck with it. Just don't ever come duck shooting with me, because we will fucking hate you, and we will laugh at you as you hold your fucking Glock sideways and try and hit fucking ducks. You need a 12 gauge for that shit. Don't even have to aim proper. Cloud of judgment as it gets taken by storm. You'll be needing a hooded cape, brother. Cloud, storm, hooded cape. Yeah, okay, so I'm assuming that's Marvel, X-Men, Storm. The first time I read it, I just thought, like a fucking hooded poncho in the rain, and it works either way, so that's cool. Puzzling it out. Now this weapon's a brain solver. That makes no fucking sense. Puzzling it out. Now this weapon's a brain solver. They had to solving somebody's brain. I don't know. Brain teaser, is an idiom that we're all familiar with. Brain solver, yeah, kind of forcing grammar and shit there, mixing metaphors. I'll be reaching the chrome if he fleeing his dome. If he fleeing his dome. Okay, so I guess you're saying like his brain, where his consciousness is stored, is going to be flying at the back of his skull. But I have to kind of stop and think about that a little bit too much. You haven't explained it to me, the audience, and that's your fucking job, right? It's your job to explain shit to me. I shouldn't have to stop and think too hard about what you're trying to say. That's me doing your job for you. Put on a clinic and spray choppers. That's cool. Because I put the bird to his face to take out this disease like the bubonic plague doctor. That's cool. Bird to his face, the fucking bird mask that was stuffed full of fucking flowers and essential oil soaked rags to cover the stench of fucking death. Plague doctor in the bird mask. That's cool. He'll get the picture when I put 11 at the back of his mind, like Jane Hopper. I had to Google that because I haven't watched Stranger Things at all, but that was the only thing I had to Google. So cool. Okay, this ain't no match made in heaven. Like Satan, he'll get dropped in his splendor. Raise the roof as I'm rocking the square's jaw. Because all your efforts to tailor that style seem to fall apart. Had me asking, what is the dress for? This clown gets welcomed to the house of pain. This ain't a comedy set, Lord. Have him cooked when I stuff this chick with shells. I might just hop on a chef's course. The way I'll rush and blue from behind the strap, it ain't to stop at the pet store. I'm just obliterating destruction like a world peace conference to end war. Again, multis are fucking great. Multis are fucking great. Once I figure out where the fuck they are, because you haven't caps locked anything. This ain't no match made in heaven. Like Satan, he'll get dropped in his splendor. I don't like splendor because I've got to put a lot of swing and swag on that to make it work, and this is text, not audio. And I just find that a little bit of a weak concept. The imagery's okay, but it's kind of a weak concept. Raise the roof as I'm rocking the square's jaw. Raise the roof as I'm rocking the square's jaw. Because all your effort to tailor that style seems to fall apart. Efforts to tailor, falling seams, fall apart. Have me asking, what is the dress for? There's some cool ideas in there, but they aren't really connected. You've kind of got pearls, but with no string. So you don't have a string of pearls, you've just got a bunch of fucking random pearls rolling around, and they're not really connected that well. This clown gets welcomed to the house of pain. This ain't a comedy set, Lord. That's okay. Have him cooked when I stuff this chick with shells. I might just hop on a chef's course. Which makes me scratch my head and go, who the fuck stuffs a roast chicken with pasta shells? How the fuck does that even work? I think you might need to go on a fucking chef's course because they will teach you that that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Don't ever fucking serve that shit at my house. Don't ever invite me to dinner and serve me a fucking chicken that's been stuffed with fucking pasta shells. I will walk the fuck out. So conceptually, it's kind of got me scratching my head wondering what the fuck you're talking about. But I don't know. Maybe that is a fucking delicacy in your fucking house. Maybe you're weird like that. I don't know. The way I Russian blue from behind the strap, it ain't to stop at the pet store. Obviously I was confused as fuck, but you've got Expo right there. Russian blue is a cat breed. Okay, cool. But you've got to watch this shit. You've got your grammar and your tense is fucked up here. The way I Russian blue, so the way I rushed in and blew you away from behind the strap, it ain't to stop at the pet store. The problem with that is you either rush in and blow, or you rushed in and blew. So you're getting your tenses fucked up there. Now what that does for me, the reader, is instead of reading it and going, wow, shit, I get it, that's cool, I read it and I go, the fuck is this guy trying to say? What? He was past tense, present tense, like always try and keep your tenses the same. Even just something as simple as changing the way I Russian blue behind the strap to when I... Yeah, no, because that doesn't fucking work. It's either rushed and blue or rush and blued. Sorry, it's either rush and blow or rushed and blue. Yeah, so there isn't really a way to fucking make that work that I can see off the top of my head. You've just got to be aware of shit like that. It's a cool attempt, but it doesn't quite work. You'd have to work at that a bit more to make it really fucking tight. But we're getting picky here. Because it's a fucking title match, right? And then I'm just obliterating destruction like a world peace conference to end war. I really don't like that closer. Like, I like it, but I really fucking hate it because it could have been done better. And the reason I say that is I'm obliterating destruction. Yeah, fuck yeah, it's a rap battle. I'm going to obliterate that motherfucker. Yeah, get him, stomp him. But then you say, like a world peace conference to end war. Nigga, what? We're gonna sit down and discuss our differences at a fucking conference to end war and bring about world peace? It's a battle, bitch. It's a battle. I don't want to hear about sitting around fucking discussing our differences. There's something else you could have done there. Like World War I was called the war to end all wars because it was the first time we had machine guns. It was the first time we had tanks. It was the first time we had aircraft dropping fucking bombs from the sky. It was the first time we had poison gas and flamethrowers. It was going to be so fucking horrific that nobody would ever want to go to war again. That's the kind of concept you want to go with. Something fucking hard and aggressive. Like World War III will almost certainly fucking go nuclear and there won't be a fucking civilization left to have another war. So something like that, you know, I'm obliterating destruction with a fucking strategic nuclear war to end war, you know. Something like that. Just I really don't like the concept of we're going to sit around and have a fucking peace conference. It's just such a fucking weak, passive, fucking liberal way to end a rap battle. You know, it really fucked with me. And right at the end, your closer, I was just like, what the fuck? The dude just went soft on me right at the end. So I get what you were trying to do, but just, yeah, in terms of impact on me, the audience, the sudden shift from aggression, I'm obliterating destruction with a peace conference, was just, it fucked with my head in a big way. Alright, but like I said, that's being kind of picky, but I'm also just kind of giving you feedback so you can work on shit in the future, right? Alright, so destruction. Multis are fucking all over the place, man. Some of these multis is just shit. They just don't fucking work. Some of the concepts, spark pops in your head, walk in your dead, group sex, bodies get laid, get this weight off my shoulders, firing a weapon, rocket grenade, that's cool. Lights out on this pupil, your vision fades, bombing an airplane, some of it's not so great. Okay. When it comes to Superman punchlines, which is the point of this battle, quotables, sudden bright idea when the spark pops in your head, that's cool. Rocket grenade, that's cool. Bombing airplane, that's shit. You should have finished on the rocket grenade. That was your hardest one. That should have been your closer on that bar. Killed your dad, it's okay. Pissed or sad, that's direct speech. Live for cash, that's weak as shit. Actually, that whole second bar I don't fuck with at all. Raining monsoon season, that's cool. G's all over me, rock Gucci, that's okay. That could have been done differently though. Something like, you know, I'll have my G's all over you like you're rocking Gucci. Something like that. Hands, clock, noon. Heard it 10,000 times. Pontoon bridge, that was cool. Global warming, fail. Pull the stick on my side, one arm bandit, that's cool. Tax bracket, that was shit. Target, no, that was weak. Fall off on the edge, not great. Hydroponics men, weak connection. I'll expose his body for the audience like some OnlyFans shit, that's cool. Pipe in his mouth just to keep him alive, life support system. That one had me fucking confused. I'm like, are you saying you're gonna put the barrel of a gun in his mouth? Are you suggesting he's sucking dick for $20 a pop to keep himself alive? I don't fucking know. You haven't explained it well. Since I'm here to aerosol, spray with a squeeze, I'm holding cans. That's cool. I mean, I've seen it before, but that's not a bad version of it. Like a mischievous kid, the nine's playing tricks. Nah, that's... Nobody ever fucking referred to their kids as my 6 and my 9. You know, it's like my 6-year-old and my 9-year-old. So that's just a bit forced. Thinking I was tossing your film on the floor, I'll slide a clip in. Yeah, okay, so you're taking a film reel and you're sliding it across the floor to him. Yeah, I get the concept, but it's not that great. Then the bucks get your pass to fly. No need to buy plane tickets. Nah, I'm not fucking feeling that. Okay, so what Destruction's got going for him is he's quite tight on the cadence. He doesn't have a lot of wasted space and filler between his multis. He gets to the point. Unfortunately, his multis are fucking all over the place. And he's got some real fucking quotables in terms of punchlines, but he's also got some real meh shit as well. Den-Zel. Quotables. That first bar, I don't really fuck with that one a whole heap. Get boxed when I draw like I'm making a comic strip. I really fuck with that. That's cool. It's got layers to it. Pockets picked, yeah. Hitting the wall with more drama than a police stop and frisk. I really fuck with that one. That's really quotable. Ending a shopping trip. It's okay. Cop them kicks. Putting the end to phase 2 quicker than Marvel, trying to plot a twist. I think that's really poorly executed, but I think that's quite a cool concept. Putting the end to phase 2 quicker than Marvel is a good concept. Could have been executed more cleanly. My pen and name dropper. Don't have to aim proper. That whole fucking duck shooting thing, I ain't fucking with that. Taken by storm, needing a hooded cape. I feel like the execution of the punch is a little weak there. Passing it out, brain solver, weak execution, kind of confused concepts. Flanders Dome, confused. Spray choppers. Plague Doctor. There you go, that's your fucking quotable, that Plague Doctor shit. Put 11 at the back of his mind like Jane Hopper. That's alright. Satan shit, not great. The dress for, it's okay. Comedy set lord. Hop on a chef's course. Den-Zel's multis are fucking way better than Destruction's multis. I feel like Destruction's actually got Destruction's got a greater number of quotables. Den-Zel has fewer quotables, but the ones he has are just fucking chef's kiss. That comic strip shit. The police stop and frisk. Like, he's just got shit that just sounds hard, and I really fuck with it. This is actually a lot closer than I thought it was on a first read. Destruction's multis are just so fucking bad in places that I can't ignore the fact that a minimum requirement of rap is that your shit rhymes. Otherwise, the fuck are you doing? You're doing spoken word poetry is what you're doing. If it doesn't rhyme, it ain't fucking rap. And some of Destruction's multis are just so fucking awful. Now, they may work in your local accent, but this is text. So a lot of these multis do not work. Den-Zel's are tight as fuck. They've both got some concepts that are a bit vague and not connected properly. They've both got some good quotables. Destruction's got more quotables. Den-Zel's got fewer but significantly better quotables. And bearing in mind, this is a Superman title bout, and that's the most important of the categories or factors in play here. Got some really awful shit too, like my buck's range be precise like I fix some tax brackets. I mean, that's just no. Bad dog, no. I feel, on balance, Den-Zel edges this. Much cleaner writing. Needs to get rid of some extraneous words, but much cleaner rhyming. Destruction's got a cleaner, tighter cadence. But those fucking multis. And also Den-Zel is keeping consistent multi-schemes going. He doesn't just have cleaner, more precise multis, he's keeping a consistent scheme going for the whole fucking bar. And that is not as easy to do as you think it is. Everybody thinks it's easy until they try and fucking do it themselves. And he's got probably a lower percentage of punchlines that just have me scratching my head going, the fuck are you even trying to say? So I think Den-Zel, it's not a landslide, it's not a category sweep. Den-Zel really wants to take the scalpel and go through and read and reread and fucking get rid of those extra words that you don't need. But other than that, this is pretty fucking tight. So that's how this one's going down. It's not a landslide, but my vote goes to Den-Zel. Congrats.